All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Zenfolio Live. I am Robert with Zenfolio Customer Success, and I want to say thanks for joining us on the live stream today. We're going to be talking about how to utilize multiple price lists to help you make more money with your artistically edited photos. So really cool live stream today. Super excited about this one. Got a couple of you guys already saying hi to us in chat. We got Nancy from PA, Roxanne back again from Canada, and Tony says hello everybody. So hey, if you're hanging out with us for the first time, make sure you say hi to us. Let us know where you're from. As always, we really appreciate those of you guys who come back week after week and hang out with us here on Zenfolio Live. Like I said, today we're going to be talking about how to utilize multiple price lists to make more money on your artistically edited photos. I'm going to show you how to duplicate a price list, how to limit product options on that price list, how to increase the selling price, and then how you can actually go into a gallery and apply that special price list to your artistically edited photos. And then we're going to take a quick look at what this looks like from the client buying experience. Now, hanging out with me, taking care of you guys in chat, I've got Dennis. Make sure you show him some love. Really appreciate Dennis hanging out with us. Got a couple more of you guys jumping on here. Let's see. We got Jennifer, DD, JD, Angle, and Tony said this is his first time joining us from Romulus, Michigan. So hey, Tony, thanks for jumping on here. Hopefully you guys are safe up there in Michigan. I know there was some things happened. I think it was yesterday. So hopefully everybody is safe up there in Michigan. Got Home Phone jumping on saying aloha Home Phone. Hopefully you are relaxing on the Big Island, or at least I wish you probably were. I bet you wish you were. But hey, thank you guys again for jumping on here and hanging out with us. Let's see. I do have a couple of announcements really quick. Really quick though, I was scrolling through Instagram this morning and I saw something really cool that just jumped out to me that I thought I would share with you guys. Maybe you guys have seen some of these things on Instagram or Facebook, like these proverbs and different things that people like to share out. So the one that I saw this morning was, it said that anyone can have success, but to gain prosperity, one must first learn to adapt. And I thought that was really cool, and it kind of relates to today's topic. But if you guys have got some of those, why don't you share those out and chat with us as well. All right, let's see. What announcements do I have for you guys today? Still going on the Book Me special. So if you guys caught the live stream where we talked about Book Me, it is still on. You can still get the 3-month special for 99 cents. That link should be in the description. If not, you can go to zenfolio.com/book me, I think is where it's at, and you can jump on that special there. Guys, if you haven't checked Book Me out, you really need to check it out. It's such a cool feature. It is one that you guys have been asking for repeatedly over again, and we finally have it here for you guys. So make sure that you go check it out. It's a great feature. Next week, we're going to be talking about the built-in client campaign. So these are the free client marketing campaigns that Zenfolio does. I usually do at least one live stream at least once a year and talk to you guys about that. So next week, we're going to do that, and actually I'm going to have a special guest help me out with that. So make sure that you join us next week. Also, you guys, we're still doing group trainings. These are covering getting started through basic selling and also an advanced selling. If you haven't signed up for one of those, definitely take advantage of that. The link to sign up for those trainings is in the description below the video. And then last, again, we are continuing to encourage you guys to post something positive daily on your social media. So make sure that you're sharing your beautiful photos out. You're doing whatever you can to make people smile, to bring some positivity in people's lives. And hey, while you're doing that, go ahead and use the hashtag Zenfolio Photographers for a chance to have your photo featured on one of our social media channels. All right, I think that is it for the announcements. Let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. All right, you guys, like I said, we're talking about how you can utilize multiple price lists to make more money off of your artistic edited photos. Right now, we might not all be able to get out and do the shooting, do the sessions that we want to do, have the the clients coming in that we're used to having. And so right now is really a time that we as photographers have to learn how to adapt what we're focusing on, how to adapt how we're using tools in Zenfolio. And I've been talking to a lot of photographers who are going back. Maybe this is something that you don't currently do, but this is what some photographers I've been talking are doing right now while everybody's kind of having to stay home. So, and you can do this even after all this is over with. month. But they're going back, they're editing client photos, they're doing like a signature editing style or maybe like a custom editing style. And then what they're doing is they're emailing their clients, their old clients, letting them know that they've, put in some custom edited photos in their gallery, sending them the gallery link and trying to get more orders on those old galleries. And so anytime you put more work into photos, you definitely need to make more money. You need to make more bank on those photos because you put in more time, and time is our most valuable asset. And so you want to make sure that you have your account set up so that when you do these artistic edits that you can charge your client appropriately for them. And so the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you do have like a basic price list created and set up, okay? So on this wedding gallery right here, and again, if you are watching this and you're brand new to Zenfolio and you don't really know how to set up a price list, or maybe you've never gone through it yet, please make sure that you have a basic understanding of how our selling features work before you take on this, because it is going to be confusing if you don't. So if you're watching this now, or if you're watching the recorded version of this later on, and you're like, I'm not really sure how to set a price list up to begin with, there is a tutorial in the description below the video that says basic selling tutorial, and it will walk you through and show you how to set up the basics of selling here on Zenfolio. So this is kind of an advanced thing that you're going to learn. Okay, so on this gallery right here, I think you guys can see it. Yeah, you guys can see it. Fraser Wedding Gallery. Right here, if I click on this, you guys can see up here on the price list, it has this Weddings 2020 price list on it. Okay, and currently that price list is applied to the gallery and it's applied to all of the images in here. Well, let's say that I did some special edits, and you guys are going to have to use your imaginations with me a little bit today. By special edits, what I mean is I did some black and whites. Obviously, this was something I did really quick. And you could even include black and whites as your special edits. So you can see this photo right here. I kind of have it duplicated and it's black and white. That's what we're using for our special edits today. But this would be anything, again, that you did some kind of signature editing style to, or some kind of custom editing for the client to. Okay, so I have the normal photo and I have the specially edited, signature edited photo in here. And I need to make more money on this photo because I spent more time on it. I did some kind of signature editing style. And so in order to do that, kind of the first step in that process after you have a main price list applied to this gallery is you need to create your special edits price list. Okay, and so the way you do that is you're going to go to selling and go to price list. And then what you're going to do is you're actually going to duplicate this price list. Okay, so we're going to go to this price list right here. This is the one that's applied to that gallery, and we're going to duplicate it. Okay, and the reason that we're duplicating it is because if you duplicate it, it helps you keep the lab options the same. So that way everything ships from the same location. The print quality is all the same. All of the options and everything are the same. So anytime you're going to go through this process, I would definitely recommend duplicating a price list rather than creating a new one from scratch. Okay? Okay, so now that we've duplicated this price list, let's say that for these artistically edited photos, we want to limit the product options that they're going to be available in, right? Maybe we don't want to let people download them. Maybe we don't want to make them available in packages. So what we need to do is we need to limit the product options in this newly copied price list. Now, before I do that, I am going to rename the price list, and we'll just call this Weddings 2020. But I am going to title it Special Edits at the front. So that way I know this is for my specially edited photos. Okay, so now we're going to limit these product options. So let's say that we do not want it to be available in these smaller print sizes. So we're going to remove those. Let's say we definitely don't want it to be available in packages because our packages contain downloads. So we're removing those. And then maybe for our home decor, we only want it to be available in, I guess the home decor is fine. So I'm just limiting some options here. You guys can see I've kind of removed all of those smaller products and only left the bigger products. Okay, so now that we've limited the product options for our special edits price list, the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to change the selling price, right? Because these are special edits. Again, we need to make more money on these photos. We put in more time, we should make more money. So what we'll do is we'll go to the prints category first, and then you could go in here and individually price them. So you could definitely say, okay, normally I was charging $45 for this product. Let me just bump it up to, I don't know, let's say we're going to do, it's a special edit one, so maybe we're going to add $40 on here. So we'll say 85. Okay. Maybe for this one, we're going to do 160. So we're increasing the selling price of this. Now, if you're using the formula, you could definitely go up here and modify the formula if you wanted to do that and save you some time. For these, I kind of individually price them, so I'm just going in and manually increasing the price. So we're going to go down here, do the same thing on the home decor. Maybe we'll jump in here and say, okay, this is $350. So for this one, maybe we're going to do $400. Maybe on this one, we're going to charge, I don't know, $425. Do not take these as pricing suggestions, you guys. You can hear me. I'm like, just throwing numbers out there. So these are definitely not pricing suggestions for these for these products. I'm just simply showing you how to increase the selling price on those specially edited photos. Okay. So now we have done that. We've limited the product options. We have increased the selling price. So the next thing that we need to do is just save this price list, and then I'll show you how you can go in and apply this to special photos in that gallery. Now, another way to think about this, if you're a landscape photographer, if you're a fine art photographer, you can also do this same thing to limit the aspect ratio of print products that specific photos are allowed to be purchased by. Okay, so we're going to go down here, we're going to click save, and then all we're going to do is save that price list. We're going to jump into photos, and now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take that specialty price list and apply it directly to the photos. So we're going to jump down here, and you can do this one at a time. You can also multi-select your images, okay? So if you're just going to do it one at a time, you just go to that specially edited photo. Okay, and you hit this little drop down and you can say set photo only price list. Now, before I do this, let me show you what the client buying experience currently looks like before we modify this so you guys can see the difference, okay? So what we'll do is we're going to go to access. And actually, we have to click back off of the gallery and click back on so we can get the gallery link. So we're going to click off the gallery, click back on the gallery, and then we'll go to access and sharing. And we're going to copy the direct link to the gallery right here. And then I'm just going to open that up in a new incognito window so you guys can see what the buying experience currently looks like before I switch that price list up. So if we click on a photo right here, okay, this is my current buying experience set up. You're going to see the quick shop over here. And then when I go to the next photo, it looks exactly the same because that photo is still using that other price list. Okay. So again, the buying experience doesn't change when we go to that specially edited photo. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of minimize this, get it out of my way for a second. And then what we'll do now is we'll go to those specially edited photos and we'll swap the price list on just those specific photos. So I'm going to click on this one, and then I could hit the drop down like this and go to set photo only price list right here. If I wanted to do it that way, the other way you can do it as well is if you're on a Mac, you're going to hold Command. If you're on a PC, you're going to hold Control. And if you need to multi-select photos, you can click that one. You can come down here and click this one, and then you can go to price list and notice that it will say photo only pricing. And then what we're going to do is say allow ordering, and we're going to switch just those two photos over to be used on that special edits wedding price list right here. Okay, so after we do that, we're going to click save. All right. And now what I'll do is I'll just bring this gallery back up. We'll give it a quick refresh. Okay, and so now when we go in here and I click on a photo, watch what happens to the buying experience when I go to the next specially edited photo, okay? There we go. So now we are only seeing those limited options and they're at a higher price rate. So when the client goes in to purchase these signature edited style photos, they're going to pay a little bit more because we put some more work into them as photographers. So this is a really great way to adapt your price list, to adapt your workflow a little bit and help you go in to these older galleries maybe that you have online and start monetizing more on those older galleries that you have online here, because of Zenfolio lets you keep your galleries online for as long as you have the account. Or maybe you are able to do sessions and maybe you currently have client galleries. Now maybe you can think about, okay, well, if I do this kind of special edit, I put a couple of photos in there, maybe I don't have to increase my price as much as Robert just did, but I could raise it up just a little bit. That way I am making a little bit more money on that extra time that I am spending with those photos, doing the edits and things like that. So something to think about. Okay, and again, because we duplicated the price list, we kept the lab the same. All of the options that we had previously set up are the same. So everything's going to ship as one order. It's going to ship all together. We don't have to worry about multiple shipping fees or any kind of inconsistent print quality or anything like that. Everything is set up to come right from the same lab. Okay. All right, you guys, I know that was a little bit short today, but this is a really, really powerful tool, again, that will really help you monetize if you're doing any kind of special editing or anything like that. So think about those client galleries that you have online. Maybe you have client galleries from several years back. And right now, while you can't go out and do these shoots, you can go back and edit some of those photos, maybe offer some new products, re-email those old clients and try to cash in on some of those galleries that you still have in there. So it's a really, really powerful tool as long as you think about it, as long as you set it up, and as long as you are reaching out to your clients and communicating with your clients that you've done some special editing. So I would definitely challenge you guys to try it. Okay, let me get back to my account here really quick. I'm going to take a quick break. Guys, if you have questions, make sure that you're getting those in the chat. I have a lot of time left because I didn't talk that much today. This training was pretty quick, but I have a lot of time left. So if you have questions, please hammer that chat with questions. And I'm going to spend the next 40-something minutes answering your guys' questions. But I'm going to take a quick break and I will be right back.
Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining us for another episode of Zenfolio Live. I'm Dennis with Zenfolio Customer Success. I'll be moderating the chat during today's Zenfolio Live. So please, any questions you'd like to have answered, enter those questions into the chat and we'll get those questions answered for you. I hope everyone's staying safe and well. These days are unusual days given the COVID-19 pandemic. Many of us are staying at home to help prevent the spread of the virus, and therefore have available time to spend doing all sorts of hopefully creative and positive things. For many of us, that includes making updates and changes to our website. Maybe you're practicing that instrument you've been wanting to learn, or maybe you're working on some project that inspires you. So please share with us whatever it is. We're interested in hearing about the creative and positive way you're spending your time. Thank you all for joining us. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Everyone be well, stay safe.
All right. Hey, congratulations, Stephanie. That was pretty cool. She won an account credit, I think, on a previous live stream. So a big shout out to her. That was a really cool photo that she had taken as well. So that little photo up there was up there. Okay. Let's see. Let me get to some of your guys' questions really quickly. I think we've got several questions. And guys, if you have questions, again, we've got like 40 minutes left. Make sure you get those in the chat so I can get those answered for you guys today. We're going to go ahead and just start it off with, let's see, Sharks408. Would it be possible to upload a photo of someone with the background cut out and offer them different backgrounds and upsell the background options? Hey, Sharks408, that is a great question. As long as you have the advanced plan, we do have a green screen feature built in. I actually did a live stream on it, I think last year, and there's a couple of video tutorials. So if you have an advanced plan, you can upload images with the background cut out, and then you can have backgrounds that your clients can choose from. So that feature is kind of right here. Now, one thing that's important to note is that you need to upload those images cut out. Zenfolio's green screen feature is not a cutout tool. It allows your clients to swap the backgrounds out of images that already have the background cut out. So you do have to upload your photos as transparent PNG files with the background already removed, and then you can upload backgrounds here, and then this will let your clients choose different backgrounds. So I think I have some demo images I can show you really quick. The second part of your question though was, can you upcharge for different backgrounds? Absolutely you can. That's one of the coolest things about this background feature is, let's say that you are a school photographer, or maybe you're a youth sports photographer and you spent some time making a custom background for this team with their team logo and like really cool stuff in the background. Well, as with anything, when you put more time into it, time equals money, and you should definitely be charging more. So whenever you upload a custom background into your background section right here, if you click on one of these backgrounds, over here is this little price thing right here. It's off to the right hand side. If you click on that, you can actually enter a price. So let's just say that this is a custom background that I did, and maybe I want to charge $5 for it. Now that fee is a per use basis. It is not a one-time fee that your clients can pay and then use that background on as many photos as they want. So any photo that they use that background on, they are going to be charged that $5 fee or whatever fee you put on there. I think I still have some background images in here. Let's see if I still have some green screen stuff in here really quick. Let me look and see what I have. If not, aha, I do right here. Okay, so right in here, I have my Bitmojis. They are uploaded. These are transparent PNG files. Now it looks like they're kind of archived and may need to regenerate. Oh, there we go. Okay, and it looks like my internet's slowing down. So these are my Bitmoji files, and they have the backgrounds already cut out. These have been uploaded as transparent PNG files. Let me just click on details really quick, and you can see right here, this is a PNG file. Okay, now if you're not sure how to make a transparent PNG file, if you're not sure how to export with the background out, there are lots of tutorials on YouTube. So make sure that you go check out YouTube, do a quick search for that. There'll be lots of videos that will show you how to do that. But you do have to upload these as transparent PNG files. Once you've done that, then you can go to the gallery. You can go to access, go to green screen, and I'm gotta click off of the gallery and back on. 1 second. Click back on the gallery, and then we will go to the access and green screen right here. And then the first thing that you're going to do is select your background, the backgrounds that you want. So if we want like this one, that one, maybe we want all of these right here available, we can. Then we can hit next, and we can choose our default background. All right, and so now let this save. And again, you guys, my internet is a little slow, I apologize. So now it's switched out the background here. Oh wow, Slack just crashed. So hopefully you guys can still hear me. It looks like my stream is still coming through okay. So hopefully my internet did not just crash out on me. Everything is green. You guys give me a thumbs up in the chat if everything's good to go, because I'm seeing weird stuff going on my screen. Okay, so it's switched the backgrounds out. So let me show you how this works to a client really quick. So if we go to price list, because we do have to apply a price list to this. Now we can go take a quick look at this and I'll show you guys what this looks like. Okay. And hey, there is the book a session button. If you guys haven't checked out Book Me yet, definitely go check it out. You can customize it. There's lots of different things you can do with Book Me, so definitely go check out Book Me if you haven't checked it out yet. Okay, so let's click on a photo really quick. When you upload a photo, and again, this is an old gallery, it's kind of having to regenerate images because it's so old. But whenever you click on a photo that's had the background cut out, this little change background option will appear right here. And if I click change background, now we can see all the different background options that are available, and I can choose one and then I can add it to my cart in any one of these items. So it's a pretty cool feature, guys. If you shoot on green screen at all and you need clients that have the ability to change out the background, then check out the green screen feature. It's right up here under backgrounds. And again, if you need a deep dive, there is several videos on our YouTube channel that will cover that feature in really, really great detail. Some of you guys are saying that my audio is out of sync. So I guess the audio is out of sync. Let me see if I can fix that really quick. I think I can. Oh, did a refresh and all is good. Okay, well then I won't mess with my audio settings. Okay. All right, so next question. Let's see. What's the next question I have from Tony says, what about taxes? Can you add tax but not have it reflect in the price list? I'm not exactly sure what you're asking there, Tony. For taxes, it is kind of something that you set up. It's really independent of the price list. So there's not a way to modify the tax settings per price list. You can just go in and set up your tax settings. And so if you're not familiar with where those tax settings are, I'm going to show you how to set it up here in Zenfolio. You're just going to hover over your name in the top right corner, click on account, and then down in the bottom left down here, let me get myself out of the way. You're going to click on, I'm still in the way. There we go. You're going to click on selling right here. Go to sales tax, and this is where you would actually set up your sales tax in here. So there are different settings in here that you can choose. If you're in the state of California, we actually take care of sales tax for you. However, anywhere else, you would need to come in here and select these options. So you can select your state, how you want to calculate sales tax, what you want to calculate it on, and then you save that up here. And then from that point on, Zenfolio will begin calculating and collecting sales tax based on the settings that you have applied here. And then we just deposit that money into your account. We don't report it or pay it out for you. Okay, let's go back. Great question, though. Let's see. Next question here. That is cool. I didn't realize you could do the photo-only pricing. From Nancy, could you show how to do this by selecting multiple images at once? Absolutely, Nancy. So let me go back in. Let me go to that gallery that I had set up. I think it's under clients. And if I go in here, clients 2020. And then we go to weddings. So it's in this gallery right here. So there's several different ways of doing it. Basically, if you think about how you multi-select things on your computer, you can pretty much do that in Zenfolio except for the drag and drop. So like except for the click and drag, that multi-selection doesn't work in Zenfolio. But you can do the command if you're on a Mac, you can do shift if you're on a Mac, or you can do the control if you're on a PC. So again, just to show you, if I wanted to change this photo and this photo's price list back, or let's say I need to change, let's say that I need to change the price list for the entire top row up here, Nancy. I could click the first one. And if I'm going to do an array of photos, I can hold shift, select the last image, and it would select all of the images between. Or if you need to hand multi-select, let me make my thumbnails smaller so you guys can see them. If you need to do like this, you can do like that. And then if you need to hand multi-select, you can hold command if you're on a Mac or control if you're on a PC. and then you can click these like that. So you can do a combination. You can do the shift and select a whole bunch, and then you can skip some and hand multi-select other ones. Once you have the photos that you need to alter selected, then you can go to price list. It will still say photo only pricing. You can say yes, use my special wedding edits price list, and hit save. Now, the other thing that you can do, this multi-selection tool is really cool because if you are keywording photos, if you are changing things about a photo, and let's say we wanted to keyword all of these photos, maybe use the same keyword on just these photos, you could go to details and you can keyword these photos or write a caption for all of those photos that you had selected at the same time. So that multi-selection tool will really save you a lot of time when you do that. Also, you guys don't forget, you can change the size of your thumbnails in here. So as I was doing that, I had a hard time seeing all the photos. So it's just this little tab right here. You can click and switch between these different thumbnail sizes. That's going to make it easier for you to navigate through the photos in here. Okay, next question. So this is from Joaquin. He said, I received an email from MPix Pro that their services will be discontinued and now be a part of Miller's Lab. How will that change our printing cost? Well, at this time right now, we really don't know if there's going to be any changes to the product cost at all. They do audit their prices once in a while, so sometimes they increase their prices, sometimes they decrease the prices on specific products. So right now, we are not aware of any kind of change as far as product pricing goes with that. However, what I can tell you that we are aware of is that if you're using MPix Pro in your account right now, that's the lab that you have selected to offer products to your clients, you don't need to go back in and change anything or redo anything. That is going to have no effect on you or what you're offering in your Zenfolio account. So great question though. Really, really good question. All right, next question. Sharks408, can I create a price list that has wide prints only for my panoramic shots that are in a gallery with other aspect ratio photos? Great question, Sharks. Absolutely 100%. This is a really good way to limit the product options that are available to specific photos to make sure that the prints that you're offering your clients actually are going to work really well for the photos that you uploaded. Again, like if you're a fine art landscape photographer, or maybe you just do panoramics, sometimes you crop in square, sometimes you don't crop at all, you can build price lists based on aspect ratio. That way you make sure to offer your clients the products that are going to work best for that specific photo. So just really quickly to show you how to do that, if we jump into a price list really quick, so we'll just go to selling and price list. And for this one, I'm going to start from scratch because I know that my wedding price list doesn't have any panoramic print sizes in there. So what we'll do is we're going to go to add blank price list really quick. And maybe I'll call this wide prints, whatever you want to name it. Now, really important is that you pull the products from the same lab that the price list that's on the majority of the products in there is coming from. And so I know that that weddings price list I built from MPix Pro. And so when I click add products, I'm going to make sure that it says MPix Pro Labs up here at the top. That way everything ships from the same location. So consistency with your lab through your price list is key. Now, if you're offering, if you want to use a different lab for different genres of photography, that's totally fine. But when you're using different price lists within one gallery, keeping the same vendor lab is going to be the key to the success of that gallery. Okay, so we'll just go down here to prints, and then luckily I can just click on this square and wide prints option right here and kind of bypass all the other options. Go down in here and say, okay, let's grab that 5 by 30. Let's do the 10 by 20, the 12 by 24, and we'll just do those. I'm not going to mark them up, guys. Make sure that you're marking them up. Make sure that you're setting your pricing. I'm just showing you how to do this price list. So then we're going to save this. And then after this is saved, we're going to go to photos, and then we're going to go into that gallery again. Okay, so let's say just because I know I don't have any panoramic photos uploaded in here. So let's say, just for the sake of example, that this photo in here is a panoramic shot. So since we're doing just one photo at a time, we can click on this, go to set photo only price list, and say let's use the wide prints on that one. And just so we can really take a look at this, let's set this photo's price list back to the default one of the gallery. And then let's just do a preview really quick and take a look at what this looks like now. So now if I click on this photo, we're seeing the normal price list option here. If we go to the next one, our special edit, it's going to revert to that special edit price list with the limited options. But then the next one is that, I think it's the next one, is that panoramic image. I think it's the next one. Let's see. Yeah. And so again, you see the product options switch here. Okay. And so that way, if this photo is truly a panoramic or a wide shot, we're not offering it to be printed on product sizes that just will not work for this photo. It's so important that you understand that, because the last thing that you want to do is have your client go in there and purchase a photo on a product that photo is really not going to work for, and then you have to call or email that client and explain like, hey, I know you purchased it like this, but that image is just not going to work for that, because this is a portrait oriented image and it's not going to work really well for a 10 by 20 print. And so we need to figure something else out. You don't want to have that phone call with your client. You want to make sure that you have this set up to prevent those things from happening out the gate. Now, let's say that you go in here and you start swapping price lists around and all of that stuff. And then for whatever reason, maybe you're like, man, okay, I really want to get these all back on the same price list. Maybe you're going to run a sale. Maybe you're going to run some kind of promotion and you're going to apply a special price list to the entire gallery, and you don't want those individualized price lists. How do you get all of those photos to fall back in line with the gallery without manually going through and finding the ones that have different price lists applied? Well, it's actually really easy to do. You just go into the gallery and then there's this nice little select all option right here. You can select all, and regardless of if they have a different price list applied to them or not, after you have them all selected, you can go to price list and then say, I want them to be the same as containing gallery, not using a special price list. And now we've just reset the entire gallery, all the photos in the gallery, to go back to using the price list that's applied to the entire gallery. So it's really important that you know how to do that as well. So if you ever need to reset things, you can. Great questions today, you guys. All right, let's see. Got 22 minutes left. Next question. Tony Kaiser says, how do you set up a custom page? Custom pages are really cool. You can use them for a lot of different things. It's one of, I think, the most customizable features in Zenfolio. You can do a lot with them. I don't really know the specific type of custom page that you're looking for, Tony, but I can show you where to go to start working on a custom page and kind of show you some options. What I would encourage you to do, Tony, is if you go to our channel, our YouTube channel, and you just type in custom pages in the search bar. If you do that search really quickly, there are lots of videos that we've done in the past over custom pages that give you different ideas that you can do. Okay. But just to show you where to go to start setting one up, you're going to hover over website. And then I like to open things in multiple tabs, because a lot of times when I'm working on a custom page or something like that, I might need to come back to the photos page and reference something in a gallery, look and see like, okay, I need to change this image to be public so I can use it, different things like that. So anytime you're working on something in your account and you need to work on two different areas, just open it up into a new tab and it's going to make it easier for you to go back and forth. So I would go to custom pages, right click on custom pages, hit open link in a new tab, and that's going to have that opened up in a new tab right here. And once I have that in a new tab, I can either start working on one of these custom pages that I've already created, or if I need to create one from scratch, I can click add new, and we'll say Tony's page. Okay. And then if you just need something simple to like explain the types of services that you offer or something like that, then you can just come in here and start typing away. I do blah, 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 blah. Now, obviously, you would probably want to do some formatting. You would probably want to take it a little bit more serious than what I'm doing and just putting in a bunch of gibberish. But this is where you would go and start putting that information in. There's lots of formatting tools up here that you can use to help you format it. And then once you have it done, you can save and preview it. All right. And here's what this terrible custom page that I just created looks like. I think you get the idea. And then you can add these to your site menu. So if you want to add that custom page to your site menu, you go to Edit, Edit Page. And then all we're going to do is add a new site menu item. So I'm going to say Add New. We'll say Tony's Page. Hit Enter. We're going to link the menu item to a built-in or custom page. And then if I hit this drop down, let me see if I can bring this up so you guys can see it. It says right here, Tony's Page. And I'm going to select that and hit Update. This is going to refresh. And then we'll see that option here on my site menu now. Now, if you are just wanting to create something to talk about the services that you offer, a custom page will definitely do that. But I would look at BookMe, because BookMe gives you a lot of options once you're in here to talk about those different services. So if you are looking for a way to let people see the types of services that you offer, look at BookMe, look at how you can create services, look at the options that you have when you're building these services, because you can put in information about these services. And then when your clients are actually looking at these different services that you offer, they can actually book you right there on the same space where they're looking at it at your calendar availability. So again, if you guys haven't checked out BookMe, it's a really, really cool tool. It's a great feature. We did a live stream on it, I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's in the archive. So if you want to go back and catch that archived stream, definitely take a look at BookMe. It's really, really cool. Okay, let's see. We got like 18 minutes left. I'm going to keep pushing along. Let's see. What's the next question I got here? Susan Woodward said, do you know if Fine Arts from MPix Pro is printed as a, and I never know how to say this word. I never really know how, if I've heard people say a glicky. I've heard people say glisse, I've heard somebody say glycine. Guys, I'm from Oklahoma, okay? So I have a hard enough time pronouncing normal words normally. So when we get these other words in there, sometimes it's really hard for me to pronounce them. And no offense to any of my fellow Sooners out there. But I do have a hard time pronouncing normal words normally. Sometimes you guys will catch my Oklahoma coming out. So back to that question though. That type of print is basically, from my understanding, is an inkjet print. Now, I believe the answer to that question is yes, they are. Glisse, gleeky, however you say it. Clay, there we go. Katie's helping me out over in my sidebar chat here where they usually just make fun of me, but she's actually helping me out. She said she thinks it's G Clay. Okay. And I believe the answer to that is yes. I know I've looked that up before, and if I remember right, the answer to it is yes. What I would do, Susan, is just go to MPix Pro or MPix.com and look at their paper types, and it will tell you in there what they're finding out. I actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, let me just go into, let me just go in here really quick. And I think I saw it in here. So let's see really quick. We'll go to buy. Where is it at? Down here, buy products. And then we'll go to, let me see if I didn't click it or what just happened. Buy products. There we go. And then we'll go to MPix Pro. And we'll go to MPix Pro, and let's see here. MPix Pro, we'll go to prints. I think is it prints or is it? I think it's under home decor is where it's at. Home decor, here we go. Home decor, thank you, Dee Dee. I can't read that. I'm going to mispronounce that again. But yeah, so if we go to fine art prints, and I think if we go in here, we can see right here, fine art paper is similar and look to watercolor paper. It was great on 25. Okay. So the answer is yes. It doesn't say it right here, but now I remember this entire conversation that I had where we actually went to MPix Pro and looked it up. So yes, Yes, it is. Okay. Let me grab another question. Okay. Tony says, I have a domain name and I want to transfer it from Squarespace to Zenfolio. How do I transfer that to Zenfolio? Well, Tony, that's a great question. Zenfolio is actually not a domain registrar. So what I mean by that is that we do not actually host domains here on Zenfolio. So if that domain is currently hosted by Squarespace, you're probably going to need to transfer it to a domain registration service like GoDaddy, Network Solutions, iwantmyname.com. I know there's some other ones out there. I personally use GoDaddy. Not that we recommend that as a company, but that's who I personally use. I like them. They've always been there for me. It's always been fast and easy to set up. And so what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to get that domain name transferred from Squarespace to one of those name service providers like GoDaddy, Network Solutions, any of those. Once you have it there, then you just need to direct an A record and a C name to point to your Zenfolio account. Okay, so I won't really have time to talk about that because it's kind of hard to talk about it when I can't show it to you. So what I would tell you to do is if you go, again, to our YouTube channel, do a quick search for custom domain. There's several videos that will pop up on that topic and we'll show you what the process looks like and how to do it. It's relatively easy once you get in there and you understand the settings that you need to change. So again, you just have to get that domain transferred from Squarespace to like Network Solutions, GoDaddy, somebody like that, and then modify your A record and C name once it's there to point to your Zenfolio account. And the instructions are actually inside of your Zenfolio account. So really quickly, if you hover over your name up here, click on Account, and then you can go down to website right here. And then you can go to custom domain and it will tell you right in here how to do this. So if you click instructions right here, it will actually tell you. So this is what you need to set up and it kind of will walk you through that process. Okay, great question though. Let's see, next question here. All right, Sharks408, would the steps you showed for the panoramic images work for a school group or team photo as well to have a different set of sizes and prints? Absolutely, yes. It's all about what images are you applying those separate price lists to. So if you are photographing a school, or if you're photographing a sports team and you have taken like a group photo or a team photo or something like that, and you want to make sure that it's ordered as a panoramic or a wide shot because maybe you did a wide shot. As long as you go to that particular photo and you change the price list on that photo, it's going to work exactly the same. So if you're using like our events feature or something like that, it's still going to work exactly the same when you switch the price list up. So nothing to worry about there. All right, we got like 12 minutes left. Let's see if I can answer some more questions, you guys. You guys got a lot of questions today. Great job getting... We got 12 minutes left, you guys, so keep hammering those questions in the chat. I can answer a ton of questions in 12 minutes if I learn how to be quiet and just look at more questions. James says, can I prevent particular images from being available to download, but still allow others in the same gallery to be purchased as digital downloads? Well, absolutely you can. I kind of showed how to do that in the training that I did today. But all you need to do is duplicate your price list that has the digitals in it, remove the digitals from that price list, and then go and apply that special price list to that gallery. Or to that, not to that gallery, but to that particular image. So again, James, really quickly, this gallery has the Weddings 2020 price list on it. If I go to Selling and click on Price List, and let's say that... let me delete these other price lists that I have that are here. So let's say that I want to make those photos available for downloads, except there's a couple of them that I don't want to be available for whatever reason. I can duplicate this one. And then, and I don't even know if this has digital products in it, but let's see. We'll say no downloads. Okay, and this one, I believe the digital products are only in the packages. So right here, you can see these packages have digital downloads in them. So I would simply just remove the packages from this price list. If there were in fact like standalone digital products, then I would just remove those, save it. And then once I have that done, we then go back to the gallery and then go back to those photos that we don't want to be purchased as downloads. So let's say again, it's this one. Click on there, set photo only price list, change it to that one that has no downloads. And so now when the client gets to that photo, they are not able to purchase it as a digital download. Okay. Great questions though, you guys, great questions. All right. Let's see. Next question from Isaac Photos. I saw another photographer offering a discount on new Zenfolio accounts with a code they had. Do they make money on that? How do I get a referral code? That is a great question, you guys. If you guys didn't know it, every Zenfolio account comes with a referral code. So, anytime you have a Zenfolio account, the second you create an account, you have a referral code that you can actually share out, encourage other people to create Zenfolio accounts, and you do make a little bit of money on it, and they get a discount when they sign up and use your code. So if you're curious to where that code is, if you're curious, like, how can I make money getting people to sign up for Zenfolio accounts? You just hover over your name up here, go to account, and then we're going to go down to refer. Is it refer friends? Right here, refer friends. I always read that a little funny. We're going to go down to refer friends, and then it will tell you all of the information right here. So you actually earn 10%. So if whatever plan somebody signs up and uses your code, you earn 10% of that plan cost. So this is your special referral code right here. And there's actually a link that you can send somebody. You can send them this link. You can do share your code through Facebook, through Twitter, through email, all of these different options in here. So again, you just hover over your name, click on account, and go to refer friends right here. Okay, let me go back to photos. Guys, we got like 8 minutes left. Let's see. Next question. This is from LS Photos. Says, is the favorites feature supposed to be used for client proofing? If so, is it the only way? So the favorites feature can be used for client proofing. That's not the only thing that you can use the favorites feature for, but I believe that was its intended purpose when it was created. I mean, you can come up with other uses if you want. And if you guys are curious, I won't have time to really go into what the favorites feature is. There is several videos. If you look up client proofing on our YouTube channel, there are lots of videos that cover client proofing in really good detail. They talk about the favorites feature. They show you how to set that up. I really want to speak on the second part of that question, which is it the only way to do client proofing? Well, it's not the only way. And in my opinion, it's honestly not the most efficient way to do client proofing, because Zenfolio has a built-in process called order approval. And what order approval does is when your clients place an order, if you have the order approval setting set to none, then your clients are actually charged at the time they place that order. However, that order is going to kind of sit there in a limbo state until you go in and you review the order and then you approve it. And so what you can do if you haven't approved the order yet is you can actually go in and change photos out. And so what I mean by that is that you can upload your unedited versions of your images. You can tell the client, say, hey, just go in, select the photos that you want to buy, go ahead and make your purchases, and I will edit the photos before they're printed and processed and emailed to you. And so you could go in there, or your clients can go in there, they can go ahead and place their orders, and then as that order is sitting there waiting for it to be approved, you get like a notification that looks like this. You can actually click in that notification, go view the order. You can see what photos they ordered unless you've deleted it or something like I have here, which you can see that I've deleted it. But you can actually go in and you can change the photos in the order. So you can edit the photos, re-upload them into that order, and then approve it. And then you're only editing the photos that your client actually paid for. You're not doing the whole, they selected the favorites, let me download the favorites, let me edit the favorites, let me re-upload the favorites, and then the client goes in there and they buy 2 images instead of the whole favorite set, right? How many times has that happened to you? It's happened to me a couple of times and I got really tired of it. And so that's when I was like, hey, I'm switching this up and you're going to pay for the photos that you want and then I'm going to edit them, not the other way around. Okay, great question though. And guys, if you are curious about that, how that order approval process works, go to the YouTube channel. Again, there's lots of videos there. Just type in order approval. There will be a video that pops up that goes over that process in detail. Okay, let me grab the next question here really quick. Let's see. Rocco Leon says, can I sell my prints if I have clients in other countries, or am I limited to just the United States America funds? You can definitely create a price list that accepts multiple currencies. I won't have time to 100% go in and show you how to do this, but I can kind of get you started on the right track. I don't know if I've done a video on this, to be honest, but if you reach out to our support team, there are support articles. If I can get Dennis to throw out, I know there's a support guide that talks about how to offer products in multiple currencies, how to sell globally. There is a support article on that. And so just to show you really quick, if we go into this gallery right here, right now, we are currently only set up for this price list, not gallery. This price list is currently only set up for US dollars. But I can click on this currency option. I can say, you know what? Okay, I know I'm going to have some clients over in Europe, maybe some up in Canada. And so I need to offer those different currencies. So then you hit save. But then what you have to do is you have to offer products from labs that accept those currencies and that will also ship to those destinations. So it's not a simple switch where you can just say, okay, I want to accept these currencies, because some of our labs are only limited to be shipping it to ship in certain locations. So once you've added the currencies, you're going to click on the currency that you want and then give it a second. It's going to load up and then go to add products. After you do that, you need to come up here and switch your settings. Okay, so right now I'm in Canadian dollars, but I need to switch. Wow, sorry. I need to switch my shipping settings to Canada, hit save, and then I need to hit this little drop down. And now any lab that accepts Canadian dollars and will ship to Canada will show up here. Okay, and then I need to build my price list for that currency. Okay, it looks like Dennis threw that out. Thanks for throwing that out there, Dennis. Guys, we've only got like a few more minutes left. Let me grab this last question I see over here really quick. Lynn says, how do we customize email templates? That is a great question, Lynn. Unfortunately, I will not have time to really deep dive into that. But what I would suggest to you to do is go on our channel, do a search for, I think it is improving client communications. It's an older series that I did of videos, but it does go through how you customize those email templates. And just to kind of quickly get you started in the right direction, you go to communication, email communication, and then there are email templates right here that you can customize. I would definitely play around with this. Come down here, create your own new template, really look into this, make sure that you understand how it works, play around with the options before you start customizing the default templates. So don't start customizing these until you've played around with building your own template. If you click new template, there's actually variables and you can read about them here, but also you're going to want to watch that video that I referenced as well. All right. Okay. Unfortunately, guys, we are out of time. I do want to say thank you to everybody who came on here and hung out with me today. Let's see. Tony Kaiser says, oopsie. Yeah, sometimes, again, I mentioned I'm from Oklahoma. Sometimes I stumble over my words. That was kind of a trip and fall on my face. So sorry about that, you guys. But let's see. Tony Kaiser, Nancy says, yes, Elaine, customizing email templates. Maybe I'll cover that on an upcoming episode of Zenfolio Live for you guys where I can really deep dive into it. But again, that video tutorial that I mentioned is really going to deep dive into customizing email templates. Let's see. Nancy, thanks for coming in here and hanging out with us. Rocco. Who else do we have here? Dee Dee Barber, Susan. Anybody else that I missed? Sharks 408. Let's see. JD. Warren Wilson, Home Phone. Joaquin Lynn. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Hey, if I missed your name, you can make fun of me all you want. I'm game for it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. I really appreciate it. You guys, don't forget, Tuesdays at the same time, we do site reviews where we go live. We review 3 of your websites. If you haven't jumped on a site review Tuesday yet, you need to jump on one and check it out. You can learn a lot. You can see a lot of different things that people are doing with their account. Some things that they're doing really well, some things that they can improve on. It's a really good experience. It gives you some really good ideas on how to improve your website. Also, don't forget, if you haven't jumped onto one of those group training sessions, I don't know how long they're going to be available, so the link to sign up for those is in the description below the video. Hey, you guys, my voice is about to go, so I want to say thanks again. Make sure that you guys have a wonderful weekend today, tomorrow, for the rest of your life, right? Be good people, do good things, help other people out, encourage people, lift somebody up, encourage somebody to start a new chapter in their life, to explore, to be brave, to be bold. And you guys have a safe, wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys again on Tuesday.